Okay guys, we are back home again and I got Millie with me today. Hi Millie. And we are just going through our finds here. Basically in total, we spent $477.57. And that's the thing with these auctions. Sometimes you get bidding on stuff and it gets fairly expensive, but I'll go through everything and I'll show you some key finds. Starting with this here. This is a Victorian era hall tree and it's got a little spot you put your umbrellas in, and this base part is pretty heavy, so I think this is going to go in our front entryway. As you know, we have a Victorian house, so this will look pretty cool in the front entry. And let's see, what did we pay for that one? Let's see here. So hand-carved umbrella stand with mirror. So that was $87.50 plus fees. So probably about $110. And yeah, I think that's a really nice find. If I was to sell it, I'd probably sell it for around $200. So worth picking up, but I think we're gonna keep that one for now. The next item, we got antique two-door cabinet. That was $7.50, so probably around $10 for this. So this was one of the finds that I couldn't really figure out why people weren't really bidding on it, but I'll show you the inside here. It's got little drawers inside, and yeah, it's got some character to it. I'm not too sure of the age. It's got little brass handles and everything, but I thought that was a good deal for about $10. Definitely worth picking up. I'll probably list that locally for around 60 to 100 and see if it sells. Next item was Royal Art Pottery Longton Teapot Cream and Sugar. This was $10 plus auction fees, so probably around $13. That's this lot here. And the reason why I bought it was, this was in it as well, but the reason why I bought it was this brass box. Looks really cool. Pompeian bronze. And I looked it up and there's some of these that sell for around 100 to 150. And this is awesome. It's got really nice weathering to it. I thought that was a great deal for $10. I'll probably list this for around 100 on eBay. And it just looks really cool. And then the rest of these, the cream and sugars, I might just list on Marketplace, but they have some crazing to them, so they weren't really the reason why I purchased the lot to begin with. And then this is something that Jillian might like. It's got the name on the bottom there, but that could probably be cleaned up and displayed. So that was the second lot. So on from there, we have vintage Hansel and Gretel print, and then the movie print was $5. So that is over here. Gonna get some stuff out of the way here. So that was this one, and then doesn't really have anything on the back. And this one, and you can see the artist's signature in the corner there. I don't know if this is a print or not. I'm gonna have to look into this one because this may be something. And I think I've told you guys in the past, I just buy auction lots that nobody buys sometimes, and just in hopes that there's something that people are overlooking. So that was one of those items. That was only $5. The next item, Canada Life Assurance Company doorknob and hanger. So this was one of the more expensive items. It was $77.50. So probably around $110. That is this item right here. And I thought this was really nice piece of antique advertising. So this would have been something you like, I believe you'd put this on your doorknob, and it would just hang off the doorknob. And you can see head office is Hamilton, Ontario. Really cool piece of Canadian history. So I'm gonna list that on eBay for around 200 to 250. And again, it's something small and it's lightweight, easy to ship. So I think that'll sell very well. That was one of the better buys. Then over here we got vintage stick pins and brooch, $37.50. So that came to around $45. And let's see here. The reason why I bought it was, this is the collection here, and you can see I got my gold testing kit, so you know that I suspected one of these was gold, and I was thinking this might be gold, but I did a scratch test on it and it didn't look very good. I don't think it is gold, but the rest of these, I think they're just costume jewelry, but this was the one item that I suspect would be gold, and I'll run through why I suspected it was gold, starting with, if you can see the little seed pearls in there, those would have been from Victorian era, and then there's a little tiny diamond in there. So that was two things that I kind of suspected would be gold. And then on the back, there's a little carving with a person's name. So I thought you wouldn't really do that for some, you know, generic gold-plated item, and something so small. Also, when you look at it from the side, you can see that it's slightly bent, and gold is very malleable. So I suspected this was gold. I wasn't sure how much it would weigh out to be, but yeah, that's the reason why I picked up this lot. And there's a couple of lots that I was bidding on that I suspected there was gold in, that somebody had actually started to bid me up on. So I dropped those, but I kept this one. So yeah, this was $37.50 plus fees, so maybe around $50 in total. And I did a scratch test on it with my test kit. This is the acid test kit, and it actually did come out as gold. You can see that right there. Might be hard to see in the video, but it did not disappear under the 10K acid. So this is 10 karat gold, this little tiny piece, and it is 1.835 grams. So just over $100 in gold. So I'm glad I bid on that. I was hoping it would go for a little bit cheaper, but yeah, that was a good find there. So next up we have brass hooks and vintage boxes, $15. So these tiny brass hooks, collection of them. The reason why I purchased this was just because of the old cigar boxes. I thought they were kind of cool. Thought somebody might be interested in buying them. Probably sell them for around $20 each. And yeah, these are probably turn of the century, around early 1900s. So that's the reason why I purchased that lot. The next item was vintage book collection. So there's a couple of book collections, so $7.50 and $5. And sometimes I just purchase these to look through and just see if there's any good books in them. And it looked like there is one decent name, Little Women. So that was kind of worth it to buy that. And there's some older books in here as well. I'm going to look through these and see if there's any good names. But yeah, it's always fun kind of looking through random lots like this, and sometimes you get lucky and you find one that's rare or unique that gets overlooked. Same with art. With any art pieces, a lot of people just overlook art, and there could be some potential. Like this could have potential if it is an original. It could have potential to be worth quite a bit of money. So that's the reason why I purchased that lot. Small vintage oak file cabinet, $32.50. So that's this one right here, and you guys know I had one before. It was 3 stacks, so it had one extra, but that sold for $60. I'm thinking that was a good price for the buyer. I think with this one I'm going to list for around $100, and it can sit for a while because it looks cool and it'll look good on a shelf. But yeah, I think that'll sell for a decent amount of money. And we got collectible keys for $12.50. So I try to buy these whenever I see them in auction lots. They are crazy expensive. If you go to an antique store and buy like a set of antique keys, it is crazy expensive. And sometimes it's handy just having these to you know, if you have like a little box or whatever that has a lock on it, you can just try different keys, and sometimes you get lucky and you find the right key, because they didn't really make all too many different variations of like the patterns. So it's good to have around, and definitely worth having if you buy antiques. So that, yeah, that was $12.50, a really good price for those. Vintage coat rack was $20, and that is over here. So this is an old brass coat rack. I'll probably ask around $100 for it, and it is loaded with character, probably from the early 1900s. So really looks nice. Definitely a good price for $20. And then the next item was the floor plant stand, 5-tier vintage shelf. Okay, and that was $45. So this was the plant stands. I think Jillian might use these, but if not, they would probably sell for around $40 each. But I think we're gonna probably use them in our house. And then this one, if you recognize it, you might recognize it if you know antiques, but this is a Chippendale shelving unit, and I've seen comparables for around $800 to $900. Unfortunately, this one has some damage that wasn't really disclosed in the auction, but still for $45, it's a really good piece. It'll clean up well, and we might keep it around for a little while. So yeah, that is everything. What do you think, Millie? Do you like all the old stuff? Yeah, she likes all the old stuff. So I'm gonna get some stuff listed and put away, and I will let you guys know what sells. I'll talk to you in a bit. Good day, guys. I am back again with another group of finds. You can see back there I filled up the car, and I got a few things down here. So basically what happened was an executor of an estate contacted me, and they're downsizing a collection from a doctor that practiced here in this small town. So anyways, I spent the morning, probably about 3 hours, digging through the attic, digging through the basement, and digging through the rest of the house and the shed. And we found some cool stuff. So I'm gonna get this stuff home and I'll start to unpack it and show you guys what I found. Talk to you. As you can see, the back is full. Teddy's over there barking at me. So I'm gonna bring stuff into the garage, and then I'll show you guys what I found. I just got everything unpacked for the most part, and I'll go through with you guys everything here. And I'll start off by saying I paid $250 for everything. And there's a few items that I suspect will pay for everything. So I'll start off over here with these encyclopedias. There's a full set. You can see the rest of them are there on the ground. They just kind of threw these in because they were going to get rid of them. And I thought they were early enough that they're good for, you know, just display items. This is from like around the 1950s. So I picked those ones up. They didn't really charge me for them. Also, there was this. It is a germicide sterilization jar. And as you know, this person was a doctor in the town that I was in. So a lot of this stuff is doctor related. I was hoping I would find a little bit more stuff, but I think a lot of the stuff went to the family, which is awesome. So they were able to, you know, take a lot of stuff home with them. But yeah, other than that, there was a whole bunch of these yearbooks. I'm going to go through them, and sometimes there's certain ones that'll sell really well on eBay. This one's a local one, and it's from 1948 to 49. So that should sell fairly well locally. There's some doctor's books. This one is called Physical Science in Clinical Surgery. And there's some crazy illustrations in it. Really, these are probably from the 1940s or 1950s, but yeah, you can see actually 1946. So that was a cool one to pick up. This was in the basement. This is an eye exam chart, and it was just rackety old, but I had to grab it because I know they're just going to throw it out. I thought it was cool enough just to pick up. Also, this was another item I just grabbed it's one of those things you can just put on your shelf in the garage and it kind of looks cool. Not really much value to it, but nonetheless, it has the color and it looks cool. So I grabbed that one. There's this old leather suitcase and it has the initials of the owner on it. There was a few suitcases and most of them were in they were kind of worse for wear, so I didn't really pick them up. But this one seemed decent enough to pick up. It's a full leather suitcase, so it looks really cool, really old. And yeah, somebody might want that. These two crates are from the exact same company, and you can see on the front it says the JF Hertz Co. Limited, Physician Supplies, Toronto. So yeah, these two crates should sell fairly well. Excellent subject matter, and you know, if you're a doctor or if you're from like a medical family, this would be something cool to have in the living room. You could even make it into like a coffee table or something like that, or just like a storage container. But yeah, I thought those were really cool and definitely worth picking up. When I looked them up, they look to be around the 1920s to 1930s. So perfect time period, really great pickup. Glad I grabbed those. Next up, we have this vintage British flag. It is made of cotton and it says on the flag British made. This will probably sell on eBay for around $50 to $100. And then we have these two vintage lamps. This one's called a gooseneck lamp, and I would probably sell this for around $50 to $60, and probably about the same for this one. The gooseneck lamps are fairly common, but people do like them, just the style of them. So, and the cord on this one is excellent, so that should sell fairly easily. Next up, this is an awesome find. This is a antique doctor's bag. So I think this will go on eBay for around $100 to $150, and you should have no trouble selling that. I'm going to see if I can clean it up a little bit before I list it. Now these two items, I think will pay for everything. So I told you I paid $250 for everything. I think the camera would go for around $200, and then this lens will go for around $150. And I'm not going to be able to pull it out right at this moment, but they're both new in the package. So I believe one of them had a price tag on it. You can see there, Honest Ed's, $144.95. So that was when this was purchased, how much it cost. Yeah, those will sell really well on eBay. And the fact that they have the original boxes is another bonus. So I had to pick those up. Up front, we have a Jeep radio. And this is from a 1960s Jeep. So I did a search, and it looks like these are selling for around $250 as well. So I should be able to sell that on eBay, and it'll get shipped out somewhere around the world. And then we have these vintage cans. This one was really cool. This is probably around $25 or $50. This one is probably around $25. And then there's this. I don't think this has ever been out of the box. It looks like it's a spray gun assembly, and you can operate it from your spare tire. So GMC product. And then this was really cool, Mr. Ice. So basically this is an ice pack from like the early 1950s. You just put it in the freezer, and then, you know, put it in your cooler or whatever, and just take it along with you. So home use, traveling, picnics, hunting, fishing. But yeah, it still has water in it, so that's really cool. And then over here is a local, this is gonna have to be cleaned out, but it's a Purity Dairies Limited local milk jug, and it's got that cool embossed logo on it. So I'm going to get that cleaned out, and hopefully it cleans up really well. And that'll sell probably really well locally. Other than that, we have this box full of old Christmas cards. And I was looking through, and a lot of them were unused. So I think like this is going to really work out well for eBay. I can just list a couple of them and sell them, you know, as time goes on. Just list them, pack them away, and then when they do sell, I can just pull them out really easily to ship. So I'm going to dig out the ones that are not signed or not written on, and yeah, just get those listed. They should sell fairly decently. Really cool graphics, early 1950s. Some are even earlier than that. So that is awesome. And then over here is the last item, vintage ephemera. This would be Girl Guide's outfit, probably from like the 1940s, 1950s. And yeah, just a bunch of outfits, and you dress the little doll up. It looks like these have not been touched for the most part. There's one that has been cut out, but yeah, people do collect a lot of stuff like this. So yeah, that's pretty well it. There's a couple books over here. I just grabbed some that were kind of interesting. This one's on smoking and health, and it's from 1965, so I thought it'd be a good read. And then this one's City of Sarnia, Lambton County book. People kind of collect these, so I always pick them up when I find them. And yeah, just a couple of old books, travel books and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the pick for today, guys. I'm going to start getting stuff listed and cleaned up and put away, and I will let you guys know what sells. I'll talk to you in a little bit. So we are back again, guys, from another garage sale adventure. There was a couple of sales today, not as many as I thought there would be. There was some rain throughout the day, and you can see outside it's a little bit cloudy still. So that could have put a damper on things, but I'll go over everything I found today, and I'll start off by saying I paid $55 for everything, and we did extremely well. So I'll start off with these. These Pokemon cards were at the very first garage sale that I went to, and they were $20 for all of them. I haven't really seen any all that great in the pile, but I thought for $20, they're original, they're in excellent condition, so maybe there's one or two that would pay for all of them. But I'm going to go through them in a little bit more detail and see if I can find one or two that are decent. But yeah, that was at the first sale this morning. Another item I found was this. This is a vintage Hudson Bay whiskey decanter, and these were given out back in the 1970s. A lot of people collect these, so this could have been maybe 60s or maybe 1970s, but this was $5, and I just thought it was cool because it has the sailing ship design on it. I have had whiskey decanters that I've sold for around $100 to $150, so I decided to take a chance on this. I believe it will probably sell for around $20 to $30, and I might just list it locally. So either way, a cool little find. The next items were from an estate sale, and they're these books. So this is Modern Power Generators. This book is from 1908, and there's a set of two. You can see down there. It's volume 1 and volume 2, and it is really detailed. I'll see if I can find some pictures there. There's actually even a couple pages that have like diagrams that pop out, but yeah, these were $5 each, so I thought I should pick those up for sure. And I've seen some listings for around $600 for this set. I'm not too sure if it'll sell for that much, but either way, I think it's a good buy. The next set of books is this book. These are from 1939, a set of 4 books on Abraham Lincoln. And these ones are selling for around $50. These were $2 each. So I'm not too sure if we'll sell them or I'll just display them in the barrister's bookcase. And they'll look good there, especially because it's a set of 4. So that'll look pretty cool. The next item, I'll move this out of the way. is underneath these. So this was another $2 book, and I just thought the subject matter was awesome. So The Motion Picture Cameraman by E.G. Lutt. The original, like, first edition of this book can go for a lot of money. I think this might be like a $20 or $30 book, but again, this might just go on the shelf and look cool in the barrister's bookcase. So I picked that one up. And last but not least is this. So this is a very large silver teapot. And I noticed it looked ornate, but a lot of these are plated silver. And I was surprised to find that this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see it there, is sterling. So it pays to go through, you know, bins of, when they have like bins of old pots and pans and metalware, it pays to dig through and just see what you can find. So this was probably the find of the year, and I'm so glad I found it. It's got a little dent on it from being stored away for so long, but that was an amazing find. And then also there was these little sterling silver brooches, and I believe there's about $10 in sterling there. And I'm gonna weigh this up and I'll show you guys on screen how much it weighs. This is probably one of the best finds I've ever had, so that was amazing. And then there's a couple other, these were just decorative brooches. So I was hoping that they would be sterling or possibly gold. This one looked like it was sterling when I was looking at it, but it turns out is not sterling. But yeah, great day of garage sales. I'm gonna get some stuff listed, and I will let you guys know when I have some sales coming in. It's kind of been a little bit slow lately, so I've just been listing some of the stuff from the auction. Still have some of the other stuff out here. So yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff listed and I'll let you guys know what sells.